From the woman who brought you Olaf from Frozen's face paint tutorial, which critics called "This is what children look like in hell," comes something so terrifying you'll go crying to your mommy. All the face paints I'm using for this look are from my new Mehron palette. I got it from my boyfriend for Christmas, so I'm so excited about it. So to start the look off, I'm using a white eyeliner pencil to outline the eyes, eyebrows, nose, and mouth areas. This will give you a rough draft of your design and an idea of where to paint everything. You want to make sure the mouth area goes over your nostrils. This will hide your nose, making the nose you will be painting on stand out more than your own nose. The first face paint I'm going to be using is Mehron's black face paint, and I'm going to use it to paint the features of the face that are supposed to be black. That includes the brows, around the eyes, the nose, and the inside of the mouth. You also want to outline the mouth in general and the jaw. I need to start investing in some brushes. Like the brush I'm using right now is from my Wolf palette, and I really like the brush, but it's just too small, so I need to invest in some bigger brushes because using a tiny little brush like I did right now leaves a lot of it streaky. And I fixed it on later on using eyeshadows, but it'd be nicer to have nicer brushes. And then once I realized it was like streaking, I used Made You Looks. It's the like inner corner brush. It's like a round pencil brush. I think that's what it's called. I actually just went to Made You Look Lex's event, her million subscriber event out here in Chicago, and it was a lot of fun. And on my other channel, I'm going to be uploading a video showing what I got in the gift bags that she gave out. It was a lot of fun. Right here, I look like that freaking raccoon from Dora the Explorer. Use a brown face paint to paint Freddy's fur. I'm obviously using Mehron's brown face paint, and I used a brush with a lot of water on it so the brown would be very streaky. A little dark in some areas, a little light in other areas, just so it added to the whole creepy, imperfect vibe of Freddy. I didn't paint the nose area with just the brown face paint. I mixed it with Mehron's brown and white face paints to create a lighter brown color, and that's what I used to paint the nose. I wanted that area to be highlighted and look like it's really popping out, so that's why you want to make sure that area is a little bit lighter in the inner portion of it. And then you can go back with the brown face paint and mix it in with a little bit of black or even with an eyeshadow, which you're going to see me do later, and you just outline the outer edge of the nose there, and then it really just helps it look like it's popping out a little bit more. Remember, when you turn your head sideways, it's not going to look as cool as it does from the front because you're a human. You aren't a bear, and you're not using prosthetics, so when you turn your head sideways, you can see your nose. Anyways, you're going to go back with the black face paint, and you're going to paint on the little dots that Freddy has on his nose. So 3 on the left side and 3 on the right side. Now it's time to paint on the iris, and once you're done with that, you're going to take a white face paint, and you're going to use it to paint the whites of the eyes and the teeth. And after I did all of that, I realized that I forgot to paint like the jaw part, the inside of it, like kind of like where the gums are, I guess, for Freddy, brown. So you want to make sure in that area, like right below the teeth, you use a lighter brown color as well. You don't want to use just a flat brown color. You want a lighter brown. You paint that, the inside of the jaw area, and then you go back with a darker brown face paint, and then you just kind of outline it right by the black face paint so that it adds a lot of depth to it. So basically you're doing the exact same thing you did to the nose where the jaw slash, lip area is. And I went back with the black face paint and defined the jaw a little bit more just because it needed more detail there. Now for the iris, you want to use 3 different shades of blue. You want a base color, which you paint the entire iris. Then you want a darker blue, which you paint the outside of the iris with. And then you want a light blue, the lightest one, and you're going to use that to create a few little strokes in the iris. And this adds a lot of like detail to it so that it just doesn't appear like a flat blue eye. Now it's time to shade. You want to use a brown eyeshadow, a dark brown eyeshadow, to shade around the outside of the nose, around the outside of the jaw. You want to shade where your temples are because it's going to push that skin back, like to the eye is going to push that skin back and make the nose area stand out a little bit more. After you've shaded with the brown eyeshadow, use a black eyeshadow to shade the bottom of the lower teeth and the top of the upper teeth. Then shade around the whites of the eye. You're also going to apply that black eyeshadow to all the features you painted black, especially the nose and the mouth. This is really going to help hide your real mouth and nose. It will give you a nicer even coverage as well. I then painted on Freddy's bow tie. Just use your black face paint to paint the bow and then shade with your eyeshadow. Once I painted my bow on, I painted my skin to look like Freddy's, including the little like teddy bear stomach that he has. It's not hard to do. You just use the black face paint, the brown face paint, and again you shade with your brown eyeshadow. And then I knew that it was going to be really hard to look like Freddy with my natural hair. I knew if I just applied the ears to my hair it was just going to look dumb, so I was forced to put on a bald cap, and I really didn't want to, so I just really quickly put it on. And afterward I wish I would have took more time to apply the bald cap so it would look like really nice instead of kind of rushed, but I guess it looks fine. So that is it. If you want to know how to apply a bald cap, share it with me like on your Instagram or on Facebook. I would love to see it, especially if you don't use a bald cap. I would like to see how you incorporated it with your like real hair. So that is it. I will see you guys in my next tutorial. Take care. Bye.